Hello everyone. Welcome to my untitled panel. This panel began at PAX Australia when I requested a slot for a panel, which Ryan Hartman dutifully gave me, even though I didn't have a description for it. And as time went on, I figured I would have a description for it because I have a lot of ideas and I can come up with something, I'm sure. The date crept closer and closer, and they needed the description, and I did not have one for them. But that's okay because it can be sort of a meta, self-aware panel description. That's fine. I can make that work. I will have time in Australia to work on the actual contents of the panel. The trip to Australia came. I did not have time to work on the content of the panel. That's okay. It was in a weird time slot, and I didn't expect more than 30 people to show up anyway, so that's fine. The line was full. It was maybe 400 people, and I had zero content, and I was panicking. I did get upset. I was upset. But to my credit, I managed to go for a full 20 minutes with nothing to offer. And thankfully, my friends in the audience who had come to watch the disaster, eventually, after they decided that I wasn't doing a bit, I was really floundering, they came up and they helped me finish off the remaining 30 minutes, which is great. And I'm very grateful. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Tristan. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Paul. Good humans, and grateful to have them. The next year I did it again, same thing, a little more organized. This is the third year, and it's very different when I don't have an audience and I can't gauge their energy. But rather than do that this year in this momentous, unprecedented year that we've all had, that we've all been thrust into without our asking, without our say-so, I thought, what if I turned this panel into a place of peace, into a place of healing, into a place of rest and comfort? And I think it would be a good use of the time and a good way to pad, hopefully, the full 50 minutes. But if I got to figure something else out, I will. But let's just see how we do. The term ASMR gets thrown around a lot, and it means different things to different people. Most of them have some sort of a fetish, I think. But it doesn't have to be that way. It's really about phrases and a comforting tone of voice. And for me, ASMR isn't so much the sounds made, it has more to do with a guided meditation. Something to calm and soothe, and comfort, and just provide a space to forget and recover, convalesce. If I can provide that today for everybody watching, I think that it's going to heal us as a community, it's going to unify us, and it's probably some of the most important work I've ever done. Consider then that we're all missing each other. We're all missing PAX in person this year. PAX is online, and I'm excited to be a part of it, but I'm less excited than I would be if it was not in my home. I've been in this room for a long time now, and it's not easy to get work done. It's hot. Temperature is hot. I don't live in a place that's known for its heat. But for whatever reason, this room in the house gets incredibly hot, and I cannot turn on the air conditioner without compromising the audio quality that I think everybody's come to expect. And so I'm warm, and you know, what better circumstance to have some of that soothing, cooling nature of the human voice, and that voice happens to be mine. I might not experience it while I'm doing it, but maybe I'll listen back to it and say, oh, this was a great comfort. I can soothe. I can rest. I can put people to sleep. That's been said before. And I'm happy to do it. I will happily take on that charge because sleep is a thing that does not come easily these days. So, everyone out there, if you're seated, if you're lying in bed, if you're standing up for some God-forsaken reason, why? Settle in. Nestle down into whatever you got nearby. Maybe it's a gravity blanket. Maybe it's cinders. It might be ash blowing in the air around you. Just get comfortable with it. Relax. And let me guide you to a beautiful place of sweet rest. Let's start with becoming aware of our breath, focusing that energy down there right under your nose. Your mouth is right there too. You got 3 holes for breathing, and let's use them all. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Do whatever sound you want. Make it natural. Breathe in, breathe out. I just did it silently. Couldn't even tell. Evacuated my lungs without you noticing. That's Navy SEALs training. Now breathe in through one nostril. Don't use your hand to close the other nostril. Just breathe in through one nostril. Believe in yourself. And breathe out through the other nostril. Now breathe out through the other nostril and into the other nostril and create a circular breath. And that's going to deplete you of oxygen that keeps you awake. It's a lot like the room I'm in right now. I read an article about how a boardroom that's closed with no fresh air circulating in and out, the oxygen level goes down, carbon dioxide up, and that hour-long meeting that you thought was going to be productive just becomes sort of a recycled air sauna for your coworkers and yourself. And you're all just breathing in each other's previous contents of their lungs and making those your own. Your bronchioles are searching for scraps of O2, none to be found. No wonder you're sleepy. It's probably after lunch too. You had a big meal, tacos. I know how it is. But if we can use that natural sleepiness to center ourselves, ground ourselves, as we experience PAX Online, we can actually project ourselves mentally with our imagination. I don't actually mean like a projection. You're not going anywhere. If you open your eyes, you're going to look around, it's your dumb bedroom still. So don't expect too much. There we go. Imagine in your mind that this isn't just PAX Online. This is your favorite PAX, whether that's PAX West, East, Oz, Unplugged, South, Dev. I don't think it's Dev. It's probably not West either. Pretend it's not. Pretend it's in a convention center with like a layout that makes sense and that is navigable. Let's just do East. Let's go to East. Okay. We're there now. Look around. You feel safe. You feel like you've come home. You belong here. And you look down, and there's no mask on your face. It's not N95, it's not cloth. And that's because this is a fantasy. If you actually go out, you have to put your mask on. And that's part of why this is so stressful. But let's invent a time that may no longer exist, where you can be in public and not worry about the contents of the air and whether or not someone less than 6 feet away from you has washed their hands. Because ideally you'd wash your hands. Why wouldn't you do that? They got them in the bathroom. You can wash your hands right there at the sink. It has everything you need. Soap. Just do it. Why would you leave without doing it. That was a problem before. It probably is going to continue to be a problem. I'm getting stressed out. I need to come back. Okay. This is good for me too. You're walking down the expo hall and all its attendant noises and spectacle. Oh, there's that game you're looking forward to, standing in line to play. Whoa, there's another announcement being made, and maybe you'll check that out. It's all really coming alive with my descriptions, isn't it? Powerful suggestion that you are actually there and enjoying the space. You look down in your hand and you see a convention hot dog or a pizza or both. You take a whiff. It's not good. But you know that eating it is not going to make you sick. It's going to make you feel better. It's what you need. So you take a bite, let all that salt just get in there and taste it. Saturate the tongue. Get it all in there. Big swallow. Gulp. It's down. She's down. And now you feel a little bit brighter, stronger. You're in your element. You've done as the Romans do here in your favorite convention center, at your favorite convention of all time. Now, as you walk around, notice the tension in your body leaving, flushing out. All the tension in your body is evacuating, almost a little bit too fast, in a way that, if it wasn't the tension leaving, you'd actually be anxious about how relaxed you're getting, like you've been drugged. It's a little bit scary how deep this relaxation is. Why is this happening? Was your food drugged? Was there something in that hot dog or pizza? Was it both of them together like a binary compound? Did the Joker do this? We don't know. But we don't have to know. Because as soon as that tension melts away, you're once again comfortable about your business, clear-eyed. You realize that everything is safe here, everything is calm here. Nothing will harm you. A friend comes up. Hey, how's it going? He says. He goes in to shake your hand. You shake his hand or her hand, and you're not upset about it. You don't immediately panic and rifle through your things for your hand sanitizer because, again, this is a relaxing fantasy that we're trying to engage in here for your mental health. There was a time when you didn't worry about it. We should probably continue to worry about it for the rest of our lives, but not here, not in your own mind. That idea just bummed me out. It's not relaxing, but go with me for a second. Imagine it's so prevalent that even in dreams you have to sanitize your hands. All right, let's come back. As you move through the convention hall, into a different adjoining hallway to take you somewhere else that you would like to go, you feel that sense of calm well up inside you and explode from within in great plumes exiting your body. Oh, yes, that's good stuff. That's what I like to see, you think to yourself. Imagine taking a huge fat rip from your vape pen and just blowing the sickest clouds imaginable. Ugh, it's dense, it's thick. Oh. And you're just doing it right there in the hallway. But it's about your anxiety instead. It's not about the delicious flavors and the nicotine. It's more about getting rid of the bad stuff inside. So you're sitting in that hallway just going, blowing it out, and there it goes. And the people around you are so impressed that they begin to applaud. They say, good job. I wish I could get rid of my bad feelings like that, one of them says. One of them looks like me. They say that. I wish that it was as easy as just taking a deep breath in and out and just looking at that thick white puffs just spiraling out, blowing some of those rings. Oh, I'm looking at them now. I want to ghost my own anxiety. But it's not possible. You can do it, though. You've done it. And so the person that looks like me recedes into the background again and just becomes one of the nameless applause givers. Bolstered by that, you stride forward into the hall before you realize, uh-oh, I don't know where my badge is. I've misplaced it. You look down. Your lanyard, it's not there no more. It's gone. Maybe you dropped it. Maybe you got in here and one of the guards didn't notice you weren't wearing it. And now what are you going to do? You can't go to the next area without it. Just then, a very helpful enforcer shows up and says, hey, noticed you were missing a badge. I think this one's for you. And he hands you something. You take a look at it. It's not your badge. It's a different badge. A strange and powerful new badge. It's a color you've never seen before on one of these badges. And I think they've pretty much used them all. But this one they did not use. Maybe it's like a chartreuse. Look at lavender. Something like that. It's a weird color. It's kind of an ugly color. It's not a great color. That's why they didn't use it. But it signifies a special badge status. You say, this isn't mine. I'm an attendee. They say, I think it is for you after all. And you look down and the badge, it says relaxed. It's not my best, but you are relaxed though. It kind of fits the mood of this enterprise. You put it on and you flip it over so it doesn't say relaxed outwardly, but it still looks like a real badge because you are calm and you feel good about things. And you walk forward, and the guard in front of that doorway doesn't mind. He thinks it's fine. Yeah, he thinks it's fine. It's not weird. So it worked. You salute the enforcer that gave it to you, and you move forward into probably the best part of any PAX, which is Brandland. It used to be called Bandland. This is the place where sort of the friends of PAX can proffer their wares. And I will tell you that this is a panel that I request, and it's a sort of a community panel. It's about conveying an idea or discourse, discussion, investigating some social construct or gameplay mechanism, things like that. All of the types of panels you see at a given PAX. And as such, I'm not allowed to advertise my own work during it because then it would cost me money. I can't have a panel and then I just have a sales pitch for the whole thing. That's not allowed. That's like a sponsored thing. So I can't do that. But I will say that you go to Brandland and my booth is there. Doesn't count. It's okay. We're not there yet. Doesn't count. And it's about relaxation. So you come up to my booth and maybe you know who I am. Maybe you don't. But there's something good about this guy. Something affable and nice about him. You think, he looks like he would not shoo me away, even if I'm not interested in what he's selling. No problem. I'll just kill some time and just see what's going on. And besides, some of it looks pretty good, even though I don't know what it is. It looks like something nice that maybe I need to have, possibly. Still not Doesn't count, Ryan. We're still safe. And it is me there, and I look up and I say, "What's going on? How's your convention?" And you say, "It's good. I'm really relaxed. I'm very restful today." And I say, "That's pretty cool. I like that. I I tell you what, it stresses me out to walk around. I'm glad that they got places like, the Diversity Lounge and AFK, so you just sort of cool off, because it's stressful and people don't, there's no shame in that whatsoever. I'm glad we're destigmatizing this because it's a lot. It's a lot to walk around in those spaces. It's not a joke. That's the real deal." And that's what I say verbatim to you. And then you say, "I agree. I think that's really positive, a good outlook on things. I'm going to buy all of your products in fantasy." And that's what the viewer's doing in the fantasy, Ryan. So relax. So I say, "Wow, you made my day. Would you like to know about any of the stuff that I do, any of the work that I do?" And you give in to that curiosity. You think, why is this guy here? I would like to know. Yeah, I'm genuinely interested to know why you are allowed to set up here, because in Brandland you got Loading Ready Run, you got the bands that are performing generally. It's really just kind of friends of the show. And I say, "Well, my name is Kris Straub, and I used to do a lot of web comics. I did Checkerboard Nightmare, Star Slip, most recently Broodhollow. I also did a strip called Chainsaw Suit, and I also wrote the horror short story, the creepypasta Candle Cove. And I'm also working on another horror series on YouTube right now called Local 58, which is about a spooky moon." And you say, "Wow, that's really impressive. I am honored to meet you." And I say, "Oh shucks, I'm no hero. I also did the All Houses Matter strip on Chainsaw Suit, which you might have seen in social media, used as a good metaphor for understanding why the Black Lives Matter movement is so important, and how all lives matter is not even remotely equal to that." And you say, "Yes, I have seen that, and you are a good man and a good person, and I'm proud of you." And then I say, "I'm proud of how you are saying this to me, because I feel good about myself." And then we both stand and applaud each other. And you see those hands going back and forth, and it's like a slow motion. You're just watching those waves blast out. And as those applause waves are sort of just penetrating in here, you feel good and better as a person and more rested. And there's no forehead tension or left shoulder tension in your body. You get the receipt from me, and it's probably in the neighborhood of $330. And you say, "This is a lot of stuff. Can I leave it here at your booth?" And I say, "Yes, because it's a fantasy. You can leave it here and you'll get it back. That's fine, because we're just doing a meditation, and you shouldn't have to stress about carrying all this stuff around." And you say, "Thank you." And I put it behind the booth, and it's gone. Just don't even worry about it. You're not going to see it again in this exercise. It's fine. The money is still in your wallet, for that matter. Why not? You decide it might be time to take in one of your favorite panels. Fortunately, it's early enough in the convention that you'll get to attend the Penny Arcade Q&A, which is a fun and free-spirited panel where anyone in the Penny Arcade or PAX fandoms can ask Mike and Jerry questions that have been on their minds. And both of them are lively figures, incredibly funny, personable, and you know you're going to enjoy this panel very much. Fortunately, with your new badge, you can get right in, and you don't even have to worry about the line. The enforcer in front takes a look at it, and he says, "Relax, that's weird, it's dumb. But maybe by now it says something cooler." That's good, that's it. That, as an exercise, think of a cool thing that your badge says that's not what I said. That's That's good. So you are admitted right up there to sit in the VIP section. Maybe the section that's straight up like your own section. Why settle for VIP? Let's say that you can go sit on the stage. That's how special this PAX is. And you're honored. And Mike and Jerry are honored to have you there clapping. And everybody is applauding and clapping, and they're giving you an ovation. And it's just a thrill. It's just a thrill. And you don't have to be nervous about making any mistakes, because it's still clear, even though you're on the stage, that you are an audience member. You have not pierced that veil of viewer turning into performer. You don't have to fret about it. That would cause a lot of anxiety for a lot of people, but that's not the case here. You can feel it intrinsically. That's not going on. You're listening to that banter. You're enjoying it. Another common convention occurrence takes place. You feel that pizza and that hot dog rising up, getting to work downstairs. It's not good, and you know you need to take care of it, which is a shame because you've been looking forward to this panel. So, without a word, because none is necessary, you excuse yourself and walk out to the nearest restroom. And again, this being a fantasy, we don't have to worry about the distance, the cleanliness. We don't have to worry about any of it. You open the stall door. Opens easily, firm, sturdy. It doesn't give, it doesn't shake any. It's brand new practically. You shut the door, close the lock. Nice tight lock, it's working well. And the gap between the divider and the door, oh my gosh, it's engineered to the gnat's eyelash. This thing, you'd think this thing would swell in hot weather, and then you'd be trapped in here. It's such a tight fit, it's perfect. But that also means nobody can look in, and you're not nervously looking for, that like an eye, like you're not looking for, hair and then flesh color and then a brow and then eyelash, and then you're just looking at a white surface, eye color, pupil, and then the reverse of that, almost like a Morse code of color that means somebody's looking in at you. That's the worst thing. You don't want to see that in the bathroom. No, thank you. And it doesn't happen this time, so you're feeling pretty good about that. Plenty of toilet paper. Don't even fret. You feel good. And unlike any bowel movement ever taken in a public bathroom, you leave that stall feeling clean, emboldened, powerful, like a better person, not like an animal, not like a beast that squats in a cave, given to these bodily demands that you didn't ask for, that you want no part of in your life. You don't feel like that. You feel like a real human, a real person. You can make eye contact with people when you leave too. You decide to continue on your journey, heading down the hall, ducking your head into any of the panel rooms that have a name that might interest you. Not just the theater names, but the names of the panels themselves. You poke your head into a speedrunning panel where they're trying to do the games fast. And you take a great comfort in seeing that it's exactly what you thought it would be. They're playing the game very fast, and they're exploiting some mechanic that it's kind of misused here, but it lets them jump over this part of the level to the next part. And just like it says on the tin, the game gets done and the speed run is successful, and they feel good about that. And that's good. You feel like this is exactly what you thought it was going to be. And that's restful. There's a panel from Sid Meier. He's talking about his gaming. He's talking about the computer games he's made. He's made Civilization and the other Civilization games, and he's informative, and it's interesting, nuanced conversation that you didn't know a lot of this stuff about that, and it's edifying. You get a sense of, purpose from it. You go, that's cool. I like that, and I'm comforted, reassured in my own life that it was a good panel to go to. You like it. You did like it. You managed to check in on the Omeganauts, one of the middle rounds. Maybe it's round 3 or 4, and you peek in at what they're doing, and it's space team again. And you watch for a moment, and you see the looks on their faces, the excitement, and the tension, the concentration, and you can't bear to look. You can't bear to look because there's too many of them to love. There's too many of them to enjoy and get to know and think, I hope they make it. And you're pulling for each and every one of them. And it gets caught in your throat thinking about it. You just want the best for them. And God love the Omeganauts. There's a panel on Saturday. It's about whether or not sex scenes in video games are good or dumb. And everybody on the panel says that they are dumb because a lot of attempts have been made to make them good and adult and refined, nuanced experiences for a mature audience. And you just end up with these two sort of human-shaped geometries occluding one another, textures, they don't make any sense. It's just a mess, and I don't know why they're so long. I don't know why we have to watch this. I just want to go back to Mass Effect. I was having a good time with the alien stuff. I just want to upgrade my gear. Sunday, there's a panel on video game mindfulness, meditation, and it's a good panel. But this panel is, what I'm saying now is also as good, so you don't feel so bad if you miss it. There's another panel called Video Game Shark Tank that you stop in for a little bit of, and you think to yourself, is this why we're not doing Pitch Your Game? Is that why? Is this, Jeff, are you responsible for this, or is this somebody else? How do you feel about it? Pork fry, is it upsetting? Are you aware of that panel? Because I wasn't made aware of it. But it's a good panel, probably. I mean, so long as we're keeping it light and positive, you do enjoy the panel. There's a Better Advice panel from AC Inc. and the C Team, and it's a really good panel that you should check out for real. I think it's right after this one on the PAX, the main channel. If you want to flip over there, no line cap because this is all online, so it's a good show. But in the fantasy version that I'm telling you about, it's also a good show. And of course, Acquisitions Incorporated, you are in for a real treat with the special guest this year, Strix. And you're delighted that she's back, and it's America's favorite trash witch, and Jeremy Carver's got some cooked up, hot, and sizzling, so you're in for a ride. So put on your safety belts, make sure the shoulders straps pull fully down right into the clasp, because the ride is ready to start hot for you. And finally, with the show behind you, that wonderful day of PAX Online in this strange non-liminal space, physical space that you can inhabit. You feel that glow of love around you. There's only one thing left to do, it being a PAX evening, and that is to catch up with a lot of your friends who you haven't seen in a while and attempt to go have dinner all together in a restaurant within a 2-block radius of the convention center, which ordinarily is, in real life, is a challenge. And I would say it's not going to go well. But for the sake of self-actualization and feeling good, let's go on a journey together. You go to the yard house, and the lady at the front says, it's very busy, by the way. The sound down there is incredibly loud. There are many people here. The lady in the front says, how many? For a table? And you say, yes, I'm here with 13, maybe 14 people, and 7 of them are coming later. And she says, right this way. And you don't have to wait for the others to come. It's ready for you now. You may take your seat, and I will guide the others who are straggling to you as soon as they arrive. And the lady picks up the right number of menus and beckons you to follow. But before she does, she takes a look down at your special badge and gives it a wink. And let me stipulate, she did wink at the badge. She did not wink at you. She looked at the badge and said, like, oh, I see what you got there. But it was for the badge, not for the person wearing the badge. And then you have a good meal, and that's it. I don't know if I'm soothed because of the words coming out of my mouth, or if it's close to 80 degrees in a very small closed room that I've been in for over an hour recording this, and maybe the oxygen level is low here, because I do feel my eyes want to close, and I don't think it's because they're irritated from the ash that's in the air, which is also a thing, which also is making them close. I'd like to believe that you feel as relaxed as I do, because of the skill I have with the words, making them sound good, although the words aren't really coming to me as easily as they were at the beginning. Yeah, I gotta open a window in a bit, but before I do, let's come out of this incredible trance that you all are in right now, and just come together in that spirit of community and joy for these incredible pieces of media that we've all gathered around. It's an amazing show, whether it's in person or online, in any form that it takes. I think that the people here are really some of the best attendees and audience members in the world. They're great fans, incredible humans. This thing that brings us all together. So as you feel that unity, take another one of those deep breaths that I told you about earlier. One deep breath in. Try to extract as much life-giving oxygen out of the room. Breathe it out. Try and get all the CO2 that's sitting heavy in the lungs now, if you're in a room as small as I am. It wouldn't hurt to get a drink of water, too, for myself. It's for you, too. That's not just a note for me. And then we'll just count you out. 5, feeling powerful and healthy and strong, big muscles, very as tall as you want to be, with a eagle's gaze, powerful eyeballs, and the retinas behind them. 4, mitochondria is firing, turning that food energy into something good for the rest of your time. You're gonna enjoy it. 3, More of the breaths are coming out of the mouth and in again. That music is soothing you and making sure you got no problems anymore, Buster. All good. Oh my